It changes that quickly? Some sort of voodoo magic?
A little voodoo involved, but not much.
She's got the posture of a kicker right now.
It's all Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off.
You have to say action?
Action.
Too aggressive with the grinder when I came back after.
Say, I hear you clucking big chicken.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see if we can make a cow pusher out of Zach Johnson here.
He's talking to the cows.
All right, ladies, I'm coming in.
So he's multitasking. He's even filming while pushing.
Okay, so I obviously got them all quartered here. We want 2 in the chute. Are the other ones?
It's okay. You're better off with the whole group aiming the right way. Now move up towards this black one.
Okay.
And try to keep her. Stay on her right side though.
Okay, so she doesn't turn this one.
Yeah. And then give a little whistle. Come on, girls. Let's go, big mamas.
Come on, big mama girls. That one
You can
works.
tap her on the tail a little bit.
Now if this one lets me in, I
You're in her kick spot, so
Right.
yeah, you. Let's go, girls. Come on, mama. And that's when it gets dirty. And you gotta use your shoulder and just take the one. So watch out for this black one. She's gonna back out on you.
So don't worry about keeping the black one in the chute?
Yeah, we don't have a choice. Let's go, girl. Usually the first couple, the machine doesn't have any smell to it, so they're always more apprehensive because we wash it every day.
Okay. So they're more
Doesn't
comfortable.
have any cow smell yet.
Yeah.
Smells like car wash soap.
Yep.
I like to compare this to, you were put into a room with a Russian dentist, a team of them, and there's bright lights and power tools.
This has
but
never
they're-
happened to me.
They're trying to help you, and they're talking to you, but you don't understand,
Right.
and they're forcing you into the chair so they can help you, but you don't know. What are you gonna do? They're gonna fight it with everything you've got. So that's why they're a lot of times a little scared to come in.
Jeez. This is like a fair ride.
Yeah, we always say we don't charge for the trim, we charge for the ride up and down on the machine. All right. So I'll just trim a foot, and if you got any questions.
So you've got her hoof up right there. Obviously this isn't hurting her. It's maybe putting her in a little bit of an uncomfortable position.
Not even uncomfortable. If anything, she's just apprehensive because she doesn't know.
She doesn't know
But
what's happening.
If she was uncomfortable, she'd be telling you.
Yeah.
That's not uncomfortable.
Sure.
Obviously doesn't really understand what's happening.
Right.
They're not
Right.
super smart. They're instinctive, but
Well, she's gonna get a pedicure.
she's gonna get a petty. So one of the biggest questions we get is why don't we wash the feet off? On a normal day, we're gonna trim low end 50 animals and up to 80 or 100. That's a lot of feet.
It's a lot of feet.
That's a lot of water.
Most of them have 4.
All of them. Yeah. And that's a lot of water and power tools. Water and power tools don't mix. It doesn't give us any advantage to see it clean.
Yeah.
Because we're going off of length, measurement, and angles. So seeing it doesn't help. By the time I've achieved my length and angles, I can see any other problems that are there.
And you're gonna get messy anyway.
If you wash 400 feet,
Yeah.
you're gonna get messy doing that. Say we
Right.
don't even trim them.
Sure.
Just wash 400 feet, you're gonna get messy.
Okay, I got a what feels like a dumb but obvious question.
Yeah.
Why do you trim the cow's hooves?
So, in short, it's an act of corrective wearing. Cows that are more comfortable produce more milk. Cows that produce more milk are more profitable. It's the difference of a cow walking around in a regular shoe or in a specialized comfortable shoe, or even a worker. I'm sure you got comfortable boots, I got comfortable boots.
Well, as somebody with very high arches, I can tell you that the special footwear makes a big difference.
Exactly. They form hoof at 1/4 inch per month, but they wear most of it off, but not perfectly.
So the hoof is growing all the time?
Constantly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's producing cells. It's just like fingernail. She's producing cells at a rate of 1/4 inch per month, but she wears most of that off.
Sure.
But not perfectly.
Okay.
So if the bottom of your boot was accumulating rubber and you were wearing most of it off but not all of it,
Yep.
you start to get out of whack.
Right.
So we're
That
just
makes
keeping
sense.
them in whack.
Yeah, sure.
And she's just flinching because there's a little vibration, not because it's hurting or anything. And the other thing that we achieve with these maintenance trims is preventing or finding little would-be problems.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna put this down and show how this changes her leg angle. Now I've got her standing up. If you come back here, you can see how the foot I just trimmed is directly under her, and the other foot is placed off to the side.
Yeah? It changes that quickly?
It changes that quickly.
It just corrects her posture that much.
Corrects her posture that much.
Wow.
That's what the balance method is all about, the bone structure.
Yep.
The balance method is the method that I pioneered. It's all about the bone structure
Okay.
and aligning the bones, just like a chiropractor.
Yeah. How's your new shoe feel? I'd pet you, but I got a camera in each hand. Ah, here. Hey. New shoe day. Big day.
On a normal day, let's say 80 animals.
80 animals a day?
On a normal one, we're probably gonna find 15 would-be problems that she don't know about and the farmer don't know about.
Really?
We're gonna stop them,
Sure.
prevent them, correct them.
So the farm here, let's say they've got, I don't know how many head here, 3,000-4,000 maybe?
No, they're milking around 1,400.
Okay, so will you come in and do all 1,400 animals?
No, we come here every Wednesday,
Oh, every Wednesday?
year round.
And you'll do a chunk of animals?
Yep,
Okay.
it's usually between 65 and 75 on Wednesdays.
And how do they know exactly which animals have been recently
I've
trimmed?
given them criteria that I want. Cows before they dry off,
Yep.
I want to see them at dry off. Then 100 days in lactation. The young pre-fresh heifers also at about 60 days before they have their first calf. Because
Okay.
the last thing we want is them to calve in and start a lactation on a problem or would-be problem.
Sure, that makes sense. So that you stick a wedge in there just to kind of pry them apart?
Separate the toes a little bit.
Sure.
That's a used glue tip. Actually I'm gonna fix my camera with glue after we let her out.
Oh, okay. How do you know that you're doing it correctly, that she's going to end up balanced correctly when she stands back down? I mean, I'd assume you've done so many thousands that you just know?
Probably trimmed 1,000,000 feet. Hundreds of thousands of cows. But how I discovered the balance method was through dissection of cadaver feet.
Okay.
And that's why I brought some cadaver feet so we can show you. Much like human surgeons learn off of cadavers,
Yep.
practice on cadavers. When animals on farms get injured or sick or die that can't be used for human consumption,
Yep.
they go to a rendering plant. The
Sure.
rendering plant saves me feet, so we use them for practicing. So we can trim a foot, dissect it, cut it open, and see what we've got for sole thickness. We want even sole thickness, front to back and left to right. And we can also see what we did with the bone.
Okay.
And that's why they stand so much straighter.
Sure.
So you remember when we looked from behind it, her front legs, and this one was off to the side,
Yep.
and the other one was directly underneath her?
Yep.
That's because this heel was higher, and that's why I took mostly back and over, because her heel height had her pushing her foot off to the side.
So
'cause
do
it was
you
higher.
do you watch how the cows are standing before you lift their leg, or
No,
you know when
that's
you
a
once you see the
byproduct.
foot?
Watching the leg straighten out is a byproduct of trimming it
Okay. Yeah.
to its specific lengths and measurements.
Which you can just eyeball at this point.
We can just eyeball at this point.
Okay.
But if we cut it open, it will be exactly those lengths and measurements.
Sure.
Now you see how she put it right underneath her instead
Yeah.
of off to the side?
So now she's standing with them both a lot more straight.
More better.
More gooder cow.
More gooder, more
Look
better.
at that. Are you sure this isn't a trick like when the chiropractor
It's not a
does
trick.
something with your leg and you can't really move it, and then they snap your back, and then all of a sudden you can walk straight? Some sort of voodoo magic?
A little voodoo involved, but not much.
Just a little voodoo.
Now her feet are directly underneath her, and that's what our goal is, comfort.
Ma'am, are you more comfortable? I'm sorry, I approached you a little too much like a predator. Even though I got a camera, you still think I'm a predator?
There, now if you cut towards that white one on the inside, there you go. Put your arms out so you're wider, so you're bigger. Don't make like crazy noise, but a little bit of coaxing. Let's go, ladies. Let's go, ladies.
There must be a jam in the chute.
There's a hitch in your giddy up.
Yeah.
She's got the posture of a kicker right now.
This white one?
Yeah.
Well, don't.
So, come on, ladies.
Gee, I don't feel so bad when you can't get them to move either. Is it because I'm the new guy? Do they know you?
No, I think it's the first couple. It's the smell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got
The
in there?
the machine smells like car wash. Like I run it through the car wash every day. We can't go from farm to farm with other people's manure.
Sure.
Biosecurity. So it smells like soap and oil.
Sorry about having. So what are you looking at? What are you looking for right here?
Right off the bat, well, when I'm scraping it in advance, rocks or something that might fly off my grinder and hit me in the face. But then when I start making my assessment, the first thing I'm looking at is her length. So she's just a little bit long. I'm gonna cut her back to here. And then her heel is about the right height. I'm gonna take a little bit of toe thickness down and balance her plane evenly. In this claw or toe, I'm going to turn towards the inside because she's wearing more out here and less over here. And now, after we finished our balancing both toes or claws off, then we've got to check all the little potential would-be problems, these cracks. They will acquire or accumulate stones or dirt and debris.
So you're checking those little cracks there.
Yes.
It's like that one, you can see that spot.
Yep. So I'm making sure, you see how there's stuff in there. There's
Yep.
little little bits of sand.
Yep.
They're just gonna keep working their way up this white line. Well, we call it, it's even black on hers, but it's the connection between the sole hoof and the outer wall.
Okay. So you're just digging all that out to clean it and check it and make sure it's not.
I have to make it so there's not a crevice anymore, because the crevice will collect.
Is that
And it's not
pretty deep there? Is that deeper than normal?
well, let's say it'd be better if we didn't have to go this far on her, but if we leave a crevice that will pack in stuff, it's more of a liability than an asset.
Sure.
There's no, she's still gonna stand on all of this. That's just like tire tread in your boots. You're not gonna feel it.
Yep.
So now we're going to show Zach how to run one of our grinders and do some trimming. But heads up, this is a cadaver foot. There's not going to be anything majorly graphic shown, but I wanted to give anybody a heads up who might find it disturbing to see a cow's leg that is not hooked to the cow.
So these are the wheels that we use, and they have replaceable carbide blades, and they can be flipped once
Okay.
and then sharpened 3 times total. Just a note, if it does kick, let it go. That's where a lot of guys have got themselves. Yeah, I mean, try not to just throw it on the ground. Ain't catching that. They make new wheels every day.
That's wicked.
When you're using it, you have between 12 o'clock and 3 or 4 o'clock on the wheel to touch with, and that is safe and smooth.
Yep.
It's when you touch over here in the 9 to 11 o'clock that it'll want to bite and take off. So it's not going to be like your traditional grinding on metal where you're holding it flat and using your wheel to abrasively remove, because that's going to want to bite and catch. You have to treat this like a flying knife. Turn it sideways and you use your motion. Okay. And over here, it's all safe. It ain't gonna bite and kick over here. Okay. If you watch when I'm trimming, you'll see that I'm always holding my grinder at a fairly steep angle.
Yep.
And every change I make has got to do with the plane that my hands are moving, and also moving fairly fast because of being a biting tool. If you go slow, it's going to want to dig in.
Yep.
We try to keep it moving. We got it. It's all Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off.
Yep.
You want to give her a shot?
Let's do it.
If you keep it this way, you're not going to have a problem.
Okay.
And you have to keep it moving. Keep it moving. No, I don't think so. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but you really did a pretty good job on this one.
Well, yeah.
I mean, for a first foot.
I've watched you do like 8 of them now.
On this one, we want to take off less over here and more to this side, which is hard to do with the grinder.
Right. So you're saying we want to grind more here?
Yes, because the wall is telling us to get perpendicular to that wall.
Okay.
We need to go this way. So
Okay.
if we take off over here, we're going the wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Her height over here that she had was putting her, see how she's breaking down there?
Yep.
That's because this one was leaning her over, causing too much pressure.
Okay. Assuming we can go through a couple cadaver feet here.
Heck yeah, can do them all. I had to pressure wash those.
Okay, so we're going to want to grind this flat at a straight
Angle.
Yeah, I don't want to get too technical.
At a right angle, yeah. So a little more tilted with your grinder.
A little more?
Yeah, a little more twist to the right. There you go. There.
Now, I mean, am I relatively close?
You're relatively close.
Obviously, we got a high spot here.
Very much for somebody who hasn't sat through the whole class and only got a few minute instruction.
So, I'm taking that high spot off.
Yeah. So one of the things with the knife, with the technique of the knife is, instead of powering the knife through the hoof,
Yep.
you want to slice. And by slice, I mean have a little bit of movement. See how I'm slicing with the blade?
Okay.
As opposed to pushing the blade through.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that moves a lot easier too. I'm gonna try using my left hand. He said he uses his right hand to run the left one anyway. Ignore that phone call.
Yeah, you know it wasn't me because I'm standing right here.
Right. But now you're saying don't go below this part of the foot
Correct.
with the knife.
Correct. They just informed me we got to move our trucks.
Just dissected the tips of the toes here. We're gonna do a little science lesson.
This is off of a cadaver. There is no cow. Just practice.
No cow.
Yes,
No cow.
yes. So yes, we've cut them open to see what Zach got for balance. Maybe a little bit too much off here, but also you're just learning to use a grinder.
So
This
I got a
kind
little
of
too
grinder. Yeah, well, what we're trying to do is balance her bone perfectly.
Okay.
I mean, you're
I
not
see.
off by a whole lot, but you know what we wanted was to have that bone perfectly balanced and even sole thickness across the bottom here.
So it should be more like that.
Yeah.
I should have taken more off.
No, not more off there, just left a little bit
Less
more
off
here.
that? Okay.
Yeah. But as you were, that was the first part where you actually were grinding, so you were also learning how that thing feels. And this is the surface, the plane that you made. So when we put her on there, that's going to stand pretty balanced. And that,
So that one was decent. That one's pretty good.
they're both decent. Yeah,
Okay.
this one's very,
That one's
very
better.
good, yes. And that's how we know how much to take off. We get asked that all the time, practicing with cadaver feet.
Are we focused?
Yeah.
You have to say action.
Action.
Does that look somewhat perpendicular to you? How's that looking?
Very perpendicular. The only thing that's missing is like professional touch of doing something over and over and over again.
Sure. So then, where's the line we don't want to go below with these knives?
the halfway line.
About halfway, okay.
And if you hold down closer to the blade with the knife, you'll have a lot more leverage. There you go.
Does that look good, or do I want to go deeper there?
That's pretty good.
So then, do I want to get in here and dig this out?
Yes.
Faster with the grinder. I think I got too aggressive with the grinder when I came back after, because then it's
No.
not as nice anymore.
No,
It's okay?
so nice. She can't see it, right?
Yeah?
Comfortable is what matters.
Okay.
So the little pocket, I mean, you got rid of the part that would pack in, or that things could pack into.
Yep. I suppose, like you say,
If
when
we
you're
if we
digging
took
those-
a knife and took a chunk out of one of your tire treads, it would still feel the same.
Right,
But if that chunk had a little piece of steel in it, it's better off without it.
right, sure.
Smell what I'm stepping in?
I know what you're stepping in. Yeah, I hear you clucking big chicken.
Yeah, picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, there you go. How'd I do?
Pretty good. You adjusted this one in this way, and this one in this way. Probably could have went a little bit more, but you still went the right direction and made her more comfortable.
I'm a little intimidated by the dangerous grinder wheel yet too, so I didn't touch the
As you should
tips
be.
of the toes.
As
Yeah.
you should be. I don't want to say we trim scared, but we trim knowing that it could be your day any day. All right, well, that concludes this video. Zach passed Midwestern Hoof Trimming School.
Do I get a plaque?
Yeah, I'll get you a plaque. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, we'll catch you on the flip flop. Bye.